Hi everyone, this is Stephanie and I am here today with a pick a card reading, and this is a little different. As you can see by the title, this is just for Aries. So Aries sun, moon, and risings. This is just for you, and this is going to be predictions for fall this year 2019. So this is a dated video. This is going to be taking a look at what's coming in for you guys. So love, relationships, jobs, moving, school, all that stuff. Go ahead and take a moment to pick which pile you are drawn to. And we have Lumerian here, we have Amethyst, and we have Smoky Point Quartz, or Smoky Quartz Point. Wow, mix that up for a second. Anyway, while you're deciding that, I want to thank you all that have subscribed. Thank you so much. And for anybody new, welcome. Please subscribe. Please like this video if it resonates with you. And leave a comment below. Talk to me about what's going on and what you think is going to be coming to you in the fall. So, oh, and before I get started with group number one, check the description box below because I have all the information on how to book with me if you're looking for a reading. There is a coupon code in the description box and in the comment with the timestamps that has 15% off for bookings and the crystals that are in the shop right now. Also, which these two are in the shop right now. Also, most importantly, has all the information of where you can find me on Facebook. So I run two groups, Witchy Inc. and 1111 Tarot. I go live in my groups with free readings. There's a booming community in Witchy right now, so definitely check that out if you're into witchcraft and the occult. If you're into tarot and spiritualism, check out 1111 Tarot. Check them both out. They are both fantastic groups, fantastic pages, great people in them. So done with all that promoting stuff. Let's go ahead and get into this reading. So what is coming for you guys? Sun, moon, rising. Again, this is Aries, just for you guys. And anybody else watching this is like, well, what about the rest? I am going to be doing all of the signs, so you just have to wait. All right, so we're going to start out. I'm distracting myself. I'm going to move this to the side for now. So we are starting off with group one. Alright, so let's take a look first here at the tarot cards coming out, and then we're going to go into the other stuff. So we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Fool. So my first thought here is that there's definitely some of this is going to be about a relationship. Some of this is going to be about a relationship that there's some sort of new beginning coming from. So the person that you might be involved with, and I feel like there's actually, with this reading, there's going to be more than one, there's more than one person involved, because we also have sevens coming out. So we have Triumph. I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but hang with me. We have Triumph, we have Choose Wisely right here. This is our choice. And then we have Hope. I feel like, so sevens, I said we have sevens coming out. Seven is like the number of work. It's a number of like grit and having to put an effort and waiting for it to manifest into something. So I feel like there was some sort of issue at some point, if this is tapping into a relationship that's coming into like some sort of fruition. And it's almost like there's like a fight energy. And I know, like, if you read tarot, you're going to look at this and be like, well, I don't really see any fight. But that's what I'm getting just from, like, the rest of the cards here. So we have Tiger coming out. Tiger is going to stand for passion. It's going to stand for sensuality and strength. It's also a fire card, which is perfect for Aries. It's that, like, that darkness, the wildness of the dark. Wildness of the dark. I don't know if that sounds weird. It sounded weird to me. But there's definitely a lot of sexual energy. There's a lot of sexual chemistry in whatever relationship this is tapping into. And so here's the thing. Everything is intertwined. I feel like there's also a strong spiritual component coming through here. There's something with this relationship that is awakening you on all types of levels. So let's take a look here. We have, oh yeah. So we have the Age of Light, and we have Don't Dim Your Light to Fit In. And I feel like it was like, I don't know if maybe you've had options and you're going to be having options coming up, over the summer, or maybe even earlier back in the year. But it's like there might be somebody involved with you that kind of makes you feel like you need to dim your light to be around them. And then there's somebody else in your life. There's this Knight of Wands that just fuels your fire. It gives you that tiger energy, that sensual, mysterious, powerful presence. So this is like a message to not dim your light to fit in. Don't fall. And I feel like whoever this is that pulls you down is somebody that's from your past, because I wanted to say don't fall back into the past just then. And so that wasn't really going along with what I was saying. So that's definitely a message coming out for you guys. Like, don't fall back into the past. This is part of your development. This is part of your training. You have been training for this for a lifetime. So this this relationship, if it's been very difficult for you, the first one I'm speaking of, that was all a part of where you're going to be going. And where you're going to be going is into some very like triumphant and hopeful territory. So it's like it's unlocking the magic that's in you. So we have Magic Guardian coming out, which is unlocking the magic within, and then we have Elder coming out, which is moving past ancestral patterns. And so a lot of what last year and this year has been for the collective, and I would say probably more than that, but definitely these last couple of years has been moving past ancestral patterns and these things that we keep doing that are running in our family. So if you're in astrology, you can actually see in various people's natal charts, if you look at families' natal charts, you'll see similar placements carry on generation to generation to generation, because there's this just continual basically abuse that happens from the parent to the child, that the parent learned from their parent, and it just continues on and on and on, where we're not fulfilling ourselves in some area of our being, some area of our persona. So this is something, this relationship, maybe you have a history in your family, with the people, your family members have a history of negative relationships, codependent relationships with people that make you feel like you have to dim your light, people that are emotionally abusive or toxic, partners that make fun of you in a negative way. They just try to bring you down because maybe there's some jealousy aspect or something like that. Like, whatever the case may be, maybe you saw this as a pattern in your family, and that's what you thought love was. Maybe that's how your parents acted, or your grandparents, and that's just what you tied together with love. And so you are now breaking out of that. You're getting an opportunity. You're getting this Ace of Cups. You're either getting insight, or you're actually getting like a relationship coming in that's going to show you like what is a true, healthy, balanced situation that allows you to not dim your light, that allows you to, I feel like maybe for some people, this like negativity coming from a past relationship or a past person that you might still be dealing with could have to do with your sexual energy. They could shame you into how you feel or how you act, or how maybe even your past sexual experiences. And so that's like, that doesn't go along with this spiritualism. Like, this is not religion. Like, you're not being told to not have sex until I'm married. Is somebody shaming you for those different things and then trying to pull something on you like, oh well, you're spiritual? Like, no, that's not a part of this. You have your choices, you make decisions, you're supposed to live your life as you see fit. So if somebody's shaming you in that way, that's just another red flag that person is not. You want to choose wisely here, because I do feel like you're going to get the opportunity to potentially go back with some sort of negative, repeating ancestral pattern, embodiment. This is it's a physical person, but basically you're going back to the embodiment of all this toxic garbage that's been going through your family forever. Like, don't do that. Don't put yourself through the cycle again, because you're going to go through it again and again and again and again in this life and in the next if you don't get through it this time. So we have sensitivity coming out, spread your wings. We have outdoors. So to me, this is all, I feel like outdoors is some advice for you to get outside, to, go do some stuff, be active, use your body. It will help you process out some of the uncomfortable feelings and emotions. The spreading your wings, I feel, really ties in with this don't dim your light to fit in. Like, I feel like you've been holding back because of this, like, maybe you've been in this relationship or this back and forth with this person for a while, and I'm talking about the new opportunity coming in, but I'm talking about whoever is toxic that I'm picking up here, because I'm definitely picking up a toxic party in this reading. Maybe that person has like suppressed you so much that you don't even know who you are anymore. You don't even know what you're capable of. You don't even know what you want. And so you need to spread your wings. You need to get out there and figure yourself out again. Find yourself, find out who you are, rediscover yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes we get so caught up in some other person that we lose ourselves. And honestly, that's a gift, because then you're getting the opportunity to meet yourself all over again and learn like what you like, what you don't like. And it's an exploration. So instead of seeing it as time wasted, or like, why did I must be so stupid to do that, and I'm just blah blah blah. Like, this is an opportunity to create a whole new you, and to find out different parts of you that you really weren't aware of. So I have I have Neptune, but I have the 9th house coming out. I have Leo coming out, and then I have Sacrifice coming out. So this person you might be dealing with could be a Leo. You might have Leo in your chart, or the person in the chart could have a lot of Leo. Also, with the Tiger, this also could be indicating the person I'm talking about. Either person, this potential new love. Again, this could be a new relationship coming into the fall for you, or it could be new emotional insight, downloads coming in. Because actually, no, you know what? That's not it. But I did feel like this group is getting some sort of like downloads that are coming in. But like, it definitely, for some people though, like for a lot of people, there's a new relationship happening in the fall. So, you know why I say that is I have things are moving forward. You're just not being patient. And it's so funny, when I made that card, I made it thinking about Aries energy. I was like thinking about the various signs when I was thinking about what I was going to write for my messages on it. And like, I thought of Aries, and I thought, oh, patience and all that. So, things are moving forward for you. You're just not being patient. And I think it's perfect I set that down right next to the Neptune card, because Neptune is all about illusions and things not being as they seem. And I feel like, Neptune sitting next to Leo, I feel like this is picking up more of who maybe be the toxic partner. They have a Leo in their chart, or they are a Leo sun. And that they're not who they seem. They're not what they seem. So make sure you're making a good choice. Remember, our choice card is right here touching it. And the reason I bring that up, like the things they're touching, it's so important to look at your spread when you're doing it and see what's touching, see the colors, see how things are blending, see where you're putting, because your subconscious is setting them down in certain places as I'm talking, see what happens. There's information in every little aspect of your reading. So just to put that out there in case you guys are working on this yourself. With the 9th house, this is all learning about faith, learning about how to trust in something that's, and what you don't know. You don't know if this is going to work out. You don't know, right now you might be feeling very crappy about relationships as a whole. And you're told to have faith that you're going to have this epiphany. You're going to have, regardless if this is a relationship or not, I think everybody here is going to be having some sort of emotional, like, epiphany, a download, information coming in regards to why they do the things that they do. So, definitely, like, I would say, you guys, in the meantime, let me pull a card. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to pull a card for some advice, because I don't really see advice here. And I don't really need to give you advice, but I'm going to anyway. But let's take a look at the song. I thought it was so funny. So again, if you haven't watched my other videos, I have added, well, if you haven't watched them, you wouldn't know. But I, in the beginning of doing tarot and doing it for my friends and family, I also would channel music along with. So I've channeled some songs for these readings as well. And the song that came out for this group is Worst of You by Maisie Peters. And I normally have a part of the lyrics that jump out to me, and then I will write that down as part of the message to you guys. However, this song makes me laugh. I don't know if you guys have heard it. Go ahead and listen to it if you haven't. It's very, it's a crappy song, but it's kind of catchy, but it's crappy because I hate the message behind it. And I think it's super, the message that came through, as soon as it came on, I laughed and I said, yeah, don't do that, which is why I wrote, yeah, no, don't do this. it's all about like, I don't care how this person treats me, I love them and I just want them to be around them, so you know, so they're around me, like so desperate for this other person. And I'm hoping the song, like the artist made it to be like kind of ironic. Like I really hope that's the true like meaning behind it. I haven't looked into it, but if you're taking it like as it's written, then it's basically begging for somebody to be with you. So yeah, we're not doing that. We're making good choices, and we need to know that you have this opportunity coming into you in the fall. You have either new love coming into you, or your perception is going to change so much that you're not going to be too worried about that anyway, because you're going to be seeing things differently. So your desires and what you're wanting are going to be different. Okay, so that is your guys' reading. This is group 1. Let's jump over to group 2. All right. Oh, and I didn't even mention this. We got 7, 7, and then 17. I thought that's super funny. And 7's just, whenever I see 7's come out a lot for me, I'm like, oh, because I know it's going to be, like, it's going to be difficult. It's always difficult with 7's. It's always this this energy that just doesn't feel like it's going to pan out. But then if you're just patient enough, it does. All right, so let's go ahead, and we're going to do group 2. This is the Amethyst. So we have the 9 of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. Alright, so what I see here, and then we have Panther. Okay. Destiny, Harmony, Sacrifice. So immediately what I pick up on here is that I have a feeling this has to do with either a job for you guys, a job, or school, or a living situation. And more than likely, if it could be, and it could be, and the combination, it could be, you know, school and work and a living situation, or, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, we're getting all distracted. We have the 9 of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. So there is some sort of wish fulfillment coming through. However, like the 9 of Cups to me, I feel is one of the sneakiest cards in tarot, and at least that's how it plays out for me. You have to be very careful what you wish for, and you never know what you wish for, how it's actually going to manifest. Sometimes that manifestation of getting what you want creates a very, very uncomfortable situation, and that's exactly what it looks like is happening here. So let's dig into why. We have Panther sitting there. Panther represents, it's basically like it's basically a tower card. It's like the energy of Pluto. It's coming in Pluto and Saturn together, which is perfect because we are still in Saturn and Pluto conjunct, and that does not peak until I believe it's January 12th next of 2020, and that's like when it's hitting its exact conjunction. So this is like you guys are getting hit with this energy. You're getting hit with that destruction of foundations that are not serving you. This is annihilation of anything that's not important and not worth it, not worth being in your space and in your time. So there's loss here. Something's going to happen where you're going to end up losing something. You're going to end up having to release something, sacrifice something. And so it might not necessarily be an awful situation. Again, we don't have a tower card coming out in either. We don't have a tower card here, and this has a tower card. We don't have a tower card here, and this is the traditional decks. But we are being told that, you know, you are going to lose something, have to give up something in order to gain what you are wanting. And so this could be time. This could be, you know, you're going to have to work a lot harder come fall. This could be you're going to have to maybe cut some costs and have to live kind of less than you normally like to for a while due to something. But there's definitely this energy of there's something coming. There's a big change coming. So let me jump over to some other cards I have sitting here. So I have Yod, I have Grand Cross Provoker, and I have Lunar Change. Like this is change. Like if I was to do this section as its own video, the title would be change. There is something huge changing. It's not going to be a comfortable situation. There's going to be frustration that comes with it. There's going to be roadblocks. It's going to feel like it's not going to pan out, and it's going to cost you something. There's going to be some sort of cost, but it's going to happen. It has to happen because we have this Panther energy here, and this Panther energy is forcing movement. You guys might be moving. I feel like a lot of people are going to be moving that are drawn to this one. And that move might be very difficult. Maybe it's far. Maybe you're moving out of state, out of country. Maybe you're going to school, and it's going to be a huge change for you. So whatever it is, it's like it's this huge change where it's totally different than what you're used to, and that creates a lot of uncomfortable feelings. But in that discomfort and in that pressure is going to come out something very, very positive for you. So let's go ahead and take a look at some other messages coming through here. So we have Earth Guardian, and we have White Witch. So this is, let me see what else. And we have Unbound, perfect, right next there. So we have Unbound, and then Lumeria, perfect. So these cards just really go together, guys. So Unbound. This is releasing whatever is not serving you, releasing these soul patterns, contracts, past lives. You have to remember that we are energetic beings carrying shit from us, from our ancestors, carrying shit from us, from past lives. And these are things that we are in this time releasing. And that's why there's so much purging going on. That's why you are all over the place more frequently than you ever have been before. That's why your emotions are crazy and swinging, and things don't work out right that used to work out right, because there is so much that's being released during this time. Saturn conjunct Pluto, that is structures being torn down that have been up for a very long time. Saturn. So this is just letting you know that basically, hey, if you have these feelings, I feel like these feelings might already be hitting you, but if you have these feelings in the fall, if you have these feelings, before the fall, this is what's happening. This is a process that's happening to you. So you need to stay grounded. You need to stay rooted due to that energy. Lumeria coming out, which is funny because this is Lumerian, even though this wasn't your guys' selection. You guys have the amethyst, but Lumeria coming out is a direct message in regards to you are being called now to hold a higher vibration, to hold a higher energy, to hold more light in you, whatever you want to call it. And so White Witch, be the light. You will just need to exist right now. You need to keep focusing on what you're doing, but you are not necessarily going to be able to do much. We have the Hangman there in the future placement. So there's going to be this feeling, and then we have this the Grand Cross, which also gives you this feeling of being stuck and not being able to go forward. That is because during those moments you are going to be having some downloads coming in. This whole process is basically creating something, a totally new perspective for you, which, we all are going through. The collective is going to be changing drastically in how we think and feel and react to situations. But you in particular, for this group, out of the other two selections, seriously have a lot of information coming in. So when I talk about downloads, if you're not familiar with that language, you would also refer to it as an epiphany. It's when you have that clear insight, that intuitive hit of just knowing, and the information comes in of what to do next. And that's going to be super important for this energy of feeling stuck and not knowing what to do and feeling like you keep getting blocked off. So you just need to you're going to be thankful for this because it will come in. All right, you're going to have this harmony. This is all, this is destined. This, if you're moving, going to school, starting a new job, lose your job, whatever, like that is happening to you from the summer to the fall, and then it happens in the fall is destined. So it's going to happen, period. We have Indigo Child. Indigo and Crystal Children, you are a star and victory. Like, this is letting you know that you're going to feel so freaking frustrated, but in the end, after it's all said and done, like, you are good. Like, you're going to win. You don't need to worry about it. Whatever you're wanting, your prayers have been answered, right? We have Archangel who? Sandalphon. I don't really know that one. But Archangel Sandalphon is saying that your prayers have been answered, and then you have the wish fulfillment. So again, you have to think, if you're trying to figure out what the hell is this about, think if there's something that you've been wishing for and hoping for, and how you might get it, but it might play out in a way that kind of messes you up for a little bit. So, oh, I said you are a star. That's crazy. It says you are safe, but you're a star too. You're carrying that light. You're safe. So remember that through the frustrations, remember that through the trials, whatever happens. And then we have Indigo and Crystal Children. I feel like that's a message in regards to awakening, but I also do feel like if there's somebody in this that's listening to this now that is wanting to have children or is wanting to get pregnant, this could be a message that this pregnancy is coming through to you. I would say like in the fall, like at some point in the fall that will be happening, because we do have harmony sitting there right next to it, and then we have destiny underneath it. So yeah, definitely this could be a pregnancy marker for some people that are in the process of trying, and not, this would be a huge grand cross, a big provoker and destiny thing. So I have 2 destiny markers here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and so the thing with the Yod is that it's destiny and it's your path, but it's often very difficult, and it's not a very fun way of having things play out. And it's like, it's usually an energy when it's in a chart that you're trying to get away from, but you keep getting pushed towards because you have to. So for this song, I have I See You by Miso, and this is a really like beautiful song in my opinion. And the line that stood out to me is, I'm alone with you, you're alone with me, and I'm hoping you will see yourself. And so that's at the end. If you know the song, you'll know normally that's a part of the chorus, and there is usually a couple other words after that, but that's what stood out to me, is that this whole situation is going to help you see yourself in a different way. It's going to help you change how you do things in the future and how you approach challenges. It's really toughening you up and then gonna reward you. Like, that's how I see it. I see it as somebody having to go through so much frustration and just being like, this is not gonna work, and you're just sitting there like I'm seeing somebody sitting there with their hands on their head, very frustrated. It looks like it's kind of like August maybe outside, and it's like, fuck this, like this is never gonna work. And then you have that, whatever happens. You get the phone call, you get the email, you get the check, you get the approval on the apartment, you get the, like whatever it is that you were supposed to be doing happens. And that's where you get your reward. That's where you get your victory. That's where you get your 9 of Cups. Okay, guys, so hang tight. I feel like you guys are probably ones that are having a difficult time now. I'm going to continue on until this whole process pans out. But you are going to do well. The best thing you can do for yourself is to try to keep your energy as high as possible. And, it's not possible to stay in a high vibe 24/7. I really don't care what anybody has to say about that. And I probably don't want to be around you if you are in a high vibe 24/7, because I'm still in the 3D or whatever, and I just can't, I mean, I think you guys, if you guys are watching me, then I'm not all foo-foo with that stuff. So, you know what I'm saying there. But it is important to maintain a high vibration and to try to be positive and to try to do things that make you happy. So you don't have to be like super positive, everything's gonna be great and perfect. Like, just doing something that makes you happy, singing, dancing, going for a drive, like whatever, doing that 60 to 70% of the time, allowing yourself to always have shadow moments, always tap into your shadow side, never neglect your shadow side, but keeping your vibration as high as you can, as often as you can, will be very beneficial for you, and it's beneficial for the collective. That's why we're here. That's why we incarnated at this time, was to help bring the vibration of the planet up, help lift the consciousness of the planet and the people on it up. So yeah, stick in that. All right, guys, so we're gonna go to group 3. We just did group 2, so this is group 3. All right, we have the Lovers, we have the 7 of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords, we have Golden Egg, Council of Lights, and Trust Your Path. All right, so overcome difficulties and you know what to do. So what I see here already is we have the Lovers, so that's going to already ping to me that this might have to do with a relationship. Another relationship. So group 1 also was a relationship side. This could be, and then we have the 7 of Cups, which is all about choice. So and then the Golden Egg is a heart chakra. So we have heart chakra activations here. I have a feeling that this is a relationship that you're having to make a choice on what to do with, where to go. I don't feel like this is choosing a particular person, but I feel like this is deciding what you're going to do with this relationship. The interesting thing with the Lovers that I have found, when you're really looking at this card, And when you dig into these cards, and you're looking at different people's philosophies and reading different books and interpretations, as you notice, she's looking up. She's looking up at the angels. She's looking up at the heavens, and he's looking down, kind of at her and her tits. And so it does have this representation with the lovers. Of course, it's the soulmate card. Of course, it's a card of love and weddings and blah 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 and union. But the way I see it here playing out next to the Seven of Cups is that there's like the one party in this, could be the feminine, could be the masculine, doesn't really matter, but one party is more in tune with a higher realm, is more in tune with the spiritual side of the relationship, with the emotional connection, and the other party is more in tune with the physical aspect of the relationship. And it's like that is causing some sort of issue. I feel like that the party that is more in tune with the physical side of the relationship versus the emotional and the spiritual side is getting heart chakra activations, and you both are. So I mean, and you could be embodying these, the readings. I should have said this in the beginning of everything, and I need to remember to do that, but these readings can apply either way. So if it's resonating as you're the person that I'm talking about, or vice versa, I'm talking about somebody if that's resonating with you, then take it and take the advice that comes with it. So whoever is embodying whatever energy, there's a decision either of, I feel like, continuing the relationship, or maybe fixing yourself, working on yourself. I feel like it's about continuing the relationship, because then you have this insight that comes through that lets you know what you need to do. But we have heart chakra sitting there. So we have the golden egg stands for the heart chakra. We also have heart loss, mental conflict, and spiritual union. So yeah, like this person has definitely hurt you. There's been some sort of, maybe you broke up. There's been some sort of heart loss, heartache, and loss, and now there's a mental conflict of like what to do going forward. Like this is, and there's like okay, hold on. So we have what to do underneath that. We have mirror guarding, we have mirroring, okay. We have mountain, stand your ground. All right. And then let's lay down our astrology cards really quick. Mars, 5th house, and Aries. Perfect. Aries, there you are. Look, you're represented in your own reading. I feel like there is some sort of union coming in for these people. Now, this could be union. I don't like to ever tell anybody that union is happening for you, especially in these really tough soul connections or twin flame connections. However, there's something coming, either union within yourself, and being able to step away from this heartache and loss and conflict that you got put in because of the situation, or there is physical spiritual union with this person. And I do feel like that's actually like gonna probably apply to a lot of people listening, because I do feel that golden egg, that heart chakra activation is hitting both of you guys, and it's going to change people in probably ways that you don't even realize. Like, I don't feel like this person that this is reading right now even like is near this energy that they're going to be shoved into. I don't feel like they, at least maybe they are, but I don't feel like you see it at all. And you're probably like bull fucking shit listening to this right now. Totally get it if you are. However, there's something that's going to happen that's going to push that through. And I say that because we have Mars sitting there, and not that that's what I feel the whole reason of Mars sitting there is for, but that's just, it's standing out to me right now that something happens on their end of the perspective that pushes them through this energy. So that's going to be happening over the summer and heading, starting to manifest in your guys' actual situation in the fall. So that's only going to be for those that's picking up on. Then we have mirror there. I do feel like this is picking up on some twin flame or soul connection relationships that have mirroring going on. And so the other message besides that is going to be to some advice to kind of take it back and reflect what's going on, especially when you're making this decision of what to do going forward. With the situation, because you need to stand your ground. You have mountains, stand your ground. You need to stand your ground. If this person was not treating you as you should be treated, and not treating you with respect and decency and whatever else is on your criteria, then you need to stand your ground and not, say, okay, well, I want to be with you anyway, even if you've done X, Y, and Z. No, you need to know who you are, what you want, and what you deserve, and stick with that. And so that definitely screams, that's Aries right there. I am, like, this is me, this is who I am, this is what I deserve, this is what you're going to have to be. Like period, I guess, right? So we have the 5th house popping up as well. I feel like, this could be picking up on Leo energy. So you might be dealing with somebody that's a Leo or has heavy Leo in their chart. Otherwise, I feel like this is kind of the message in regards to what could potentially help you during this time and with this decision. Like the conflict, I feel like kind of stepping back from the running thoughts and maybe tapping into your creative side will help this insight come through. So these insights and downloads and informations come through to us whenever we are doing something else that's not focusing on the problem at hand, and it happens during flow states. So flow states are, meditative states when you are actively doing something, but you're able to turn off your conscious brain a bit so you don't have those thoughts running and you're focusing completely on what you're doing. So this can be during exercise, this can be during cleaning. This is why I tell people, like, oh, that say I don't have time to meditate, like, what do I do to expand my gifts? Like, you need to regularly work on taking active meditative states or flow states where you're working on something that's repetitive and you're able to not have to think with your active mind and be able to kind of turn that off a bit. And so art and projects of that nature that make you focus in and then have a repetitive nature can help you with that. Dance, singing, anything that music will help you connect as well. So it's not necessarily a flow state, but it can help you connect. And there's a lot of information that you can channel through music. You don't have to necessarily be somebody that channels through music, that does it with intent. If you're, one day, and this probably is going to happen to one of you or a couple, and then you're going to freak out. Or maybe it happened to you right before you listened, right? Please comment if you're one that happens to. Because, listen, I have had so many times in the past where I've been listening to my favorite readers, and then they will be like, I'll have something happen, and they're like, and this is probably going to happen, and like literally happened right before I listened to them. So let me know if that happens to you. However, you might be sitting there and hear a song, and all of a sudden, like, one part of the song will sound incredibly loud compared to the rest, and it's not like a part of the track or something wrong with your setup or whatever. And it will be the lyrics will be incredibly meaningful to whatever's going on to you. Like, that's you channeling information through music. Turning on your TV and having like a character with the same name as the person that's you're dealing with saying something that's very insightful. That's a message to you. So those are things that might be coming through to you, and you can channel them through creative ventures. So let's go ahead. I have 1111 is my message that came out for you guys. So if you're seeing 1111 besides my name, that's a sign that you are in alignment. You're on the right path. You're doing what you need to do. And it's just like a little, it's that little extra like pat on the back, like good job with refocusing on what you're supposed to be focusing on. And I feel like this is, it's going to be about standing your ground and knowing your worth and knowing who you are. You know what to do in the situation when it comes to making this choice. You already know what the right decision is. You just have to be strong enough to do it, because it might not be something that you really want to do. Maybe it is having to get past some sort of pain and having to take an ego hit. That could be hard for you guys. Or maybe it is having to move on from this person and realizing that they're just not shit and they're not going to be shit anytime soon. So you're going to have to just use that Mars force and keep it moving. So the song that came out is I Caught Fire by The Used. And I wrote down like a bunch of lyrics, but really the only lyric that stood out to me was learning how to love. And I feel like that's what's happening here. That's what this situation was designed for. That's why you're having heart chakra activations. Like, you're learning how to love in a healthy way. You're learning what love is and what love isn't. You're learning what attachment is and what true feelings and what a true relationship is. So we are, as a collective, rewriting these relationship templates. I'm sure if you listen to other readers, they have said that. We are changing how we view relationships. You can see that in culture today. You can see that through, people that are just changing their minds on how things should be in a relationship. And they're seeing how certain aspects are incredibly toxic. They're seeing it from, the male toxicity and the feminine, the masculine and feminine toxicity are both being brought up. So this is part of for you guys, you're learning how to love and how to love in a healthy manner and what true healthy, meaningful soul connections are. All right, so that is your guys' reading. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Please subscribe again if you want, right? Because I'm going to be releasing a ton of content. Again, I will be releasing the rest of the zodiac throughout these next couple of weeks for your pick a card. So make sure for your sun, moon, and rising that you are checking out all the videos and have your notifications on so you know when they come out. And make sure you like the video if it resonated with you. Leave a comment. Let me know what's up, what's going on with you now, what you think is going to be going on in your future. Are you heading to school? Are you moving? Like, do you already know some of this stuff is happening to you, and now you have a kind of a direction of where it's going? Okay? All right, guys. So I will see you next time, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your month, wherever you are at listening to this.